We go to the fourth inning here. Reggie Sanders will lead it off for the Reds. Sanders scored all the way from second base on an infield hit his first time. If you joined us late, after one was out in the first, Jerome Walton looped a single to right. Walton stole second. Larkin doubled him home. Mitchell walked. Sanders hit into a force play. Fernandez walked, and Boone got an infield hit to shortstop with 2 runs scoring. Fernandez was caught in a rundown to end the inning. And that's where we stand as we go to the fourth, and Tom Glavine is ready to go to work. Strike on the corner. It's 0-1. Nobody on, nobody out, fourth inning. And they go to the second in Montreal. The Phils on top, 1-0. On the corner, 0-2.
Tommy's gotten a whole lot more aggressive since the first inning. 6 in a row set down. Doing a much better job, too, of getting ahead in the count.
Upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes.
That's an interesting note.
The pitch. Got him looking, one away. Sanders called out on strikes. That is the third for Glavine in the game. And here's Fernandez, who drew a pass his first time.
Interesting to me that he has not won when giving up a first inning run, perhaps because it puts the offense in a hole, trying to maybe do some things, sitting back waiting for long balls instead of being able to manufacture some runs and get ahead early.
One ball, no strikes. Fernandez 8 RBIs in his last 10 games. He's been a hot hitter. Last 72 at bats, he's hitting .361. There's the change of pace. 2-1.
Tommy's 7-6. Last year he was 22-6. So he's already lost as many games as all last season.
And he's trailing here tonight, 3-0. But a long way to go on a hot night. High drive, left center field. I don't know if Kelly's going to catch up to this. That ball is up against the wall. And Fernandez cruises into second. Now he's going to try for third. The relay and the throw is high, and fortunately, Glavine did his job, or another run would have scored. Fernandez should, quite honestly, have been in there easily, but he trotted till he got to second base and then turned up the Jets.
Yeah, he thought with Roberto Kelly out there, the best he could get or hope for out of this was a double. He hit it well, and Roberto's ready to play it off the wall, but he gets hung up under the pad and just bites right up against the wall. Then Tony turns it up a notch, and a good throw might have had him.
You see Glavine backing up the play, and he was able to come up with the throw. Well, here's Brett Boone, infield in for Atlanta. Fastball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Don't want to give him any more here. It's already 3-0.
For Fernandez, his third triple of the season.
Boone got that infield hit his first time. And now he's 37 RBIs, and he's got a chance to get another one here. A ball and a strike. He takes a look at his dad and third base coach. Outside. His younger brother, who was the Reds' #1 draft choice, broke in with a grand slam home run last night. I understand.
No kidding.
Two balls and a strike. Started to go and did. The change of pace victimized him. It's 2-2.
One of the things when you watch Brett Boone hit is that he has a lot of movement in his hands. His hands are held high, then he drops them down and tries to come back up. And in order to get the bat in the right hitting position, he's got to start early, which helps on Tom's changeup. Makes him commit early.
High pop foul out of play. Is Seattle so good they can give up something like this?
Well, I don't know. He's a talented player. The Mariners right now are playing with Rich Amaral at second base. And he's a good offensive player. I'm not sure about his defense. But what I've seen of Boone, he's been very impressive defensively and offensively.
Got him over the inside corner. Fastball. Boone is called out. A big strikeout for Glavine. Now he's got Dorsett and then the pitcher. Let's see how they choose to play it.
He really jumped back out of the way of this pitch, but remember last night he was right on the plate when Maddox hit him with a pitch trying to move him back a little bit. And when you're that close to the plate, anything inside is going to look like it's coming in on you. Good pitch by Tom.
I think they're going to walk Dorsett. And pitch to Smiley, a good hitting pitcher. But a strikeout victim his first time. Here comes ball 3. We had one night here, you got me thinking about the old days. We had one night about 2,400 people here, and we blew a big lead and lost to San Diego, and Ted was here, and in the 9th inning he came up, grabbed the public address microphone and said, "This is awful, come back tomorrow on me." About
No
1,500 of them did. We probably lost again, I don't remember. Don't want to walk this guy. 1 ball, no strikes. Dion is on deck. He was robbed of a hit his last time on a brilliant play by Kelly. The Braves outfield is extremely shallow and around toward left. There's a strike. Right on the corner. It's 1-1.
You can see all the infielders playing back too, right on the cut of the grass to make sure they cut down anything hit on the ground by Smiley. They know they've got a chance to throw him out if they glove it.
Swung a little late at that one. A ball and 2 strikes.
Ooh, but he had a rip at it, didn't he?
He swung hard.
Yeah. It's kind of like Greg Maddox. I was telling him in the dugout today, I said, boy, you were running hard. Not necessarily fast. You were just running extremely hard.
Had he had it last night when Bobby came and got him?
Didn't ask him that. We were talking base running, and he was spousing on that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gets out of the inning. He strikes out the side. 5 Ks in the game. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning now. It's still a 3-0 Red Leg lead.
We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. 3-0 Reds our score. It's time now for the Advance Auto Parts home run of the week. This week we salute Jeff Blauser for last night's bottom of the 9th home run, a 2-run shot that gave the Braves a 6-5 win over the Reds. Advance Auto Parts will donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of America to help ensure that wishes are granted to children with terminal illnesses, and that's a great program.
And Jeff Blauser will lead off the bottom half of the 4th inning. Blauser flied to right his first time. Blouser, Kelly, and McGriff, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters up there for Atlanta in the 4th. Smoltz and Rijo tomorrow in the final game of the series. Then the Mets come to call for 3. And then away we go to Philadelphia, Montreal, and Florida. Smiley ready to go to work.
Second time through the order. Let's see if the Braves can do something with John Smiley. Only 2 hits.
The big left-hander into the wind on the pitch. A little bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes. They play him just about straight away.
Don Baylor was quoted the other day as saying, you know, when you play the Braves and they don't have Pendleton and Justice in there, you think that you like your chances. Then all of a sudden O'Brien and Pacoda beat you.
Line into center field. Sanders coming on, dives and makes a great catch. Good play by Sanders. 1 down.
Dion had to get a good jump on this ball because Jeff hit it hard. And notice how he used 2 hands there too to make sure that he didn't squeeze it out of his glove. Nice play.
Roberto Kelly is the batter.
But to continue my thought there, John Smiley had to think too that maybe he caught a break today too. With the way these reserves have been playing for Atlanta, no easy day at the ballpark.
Low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Fred McGriff on deck. Well hit to left field. Mitchell drifting back though, shy of the track, 2 out. Couple of well hit balls here, but nothing to show for it, and McGriff the batter. Pete and Don will join you after 4.5 here. I still say we have to come up with a better nickname for this guy than Crime Dog. But I haven't been able to think of one. A good pitch, 1-1.
Whatever you call him, I know he's wearing out left-handed pitchers. Came in hitting .354 against them. 6 of his homers off of lefties.
High pop down the left side. Everybody chasing it, sort of. It's going to drop in the second row. Tony Fernandez said, "I'll see you later." Turned around and said, "Go get him, Kevin."
Kevin had that similar feeling playing Fred to pull, and that was too far to go.
Now 2 of these little airplanes appear to be having a dogfight over there. Should get excited. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody aboard. Popped that one up into short left field. Larkin going out, calling for it. Now Mitchell calls him off, makes the catch. And when Mitchell calls you off, you're likely to get out of the way. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 4, it stays 3-0 Reds. Go to the 5th inning. Deion Sanders leads it off.
That's Braves' #1 pick from the recent draft, Jacob Shumate, who was in town to throw on the side a little bit for Bobby Cox, and Leo Mazzoni. Up very sharp down in the bullpen. Coming out of South Carolina, I believe.
Dion leads off the fifth. He's 0 for 2, but he hit the ball hard his last time. 0-1 the count. He is struck out and lined up. Sanders, Walton, Larkin, the first three. Had a funny swing at that, 0-2.
He certainly changed his style as far as the lefties are concerned. No more inside-out swing for him. He's just trying to pull it. Still has the open stance.
That's outside. It's 1-2.
That should be the only fastball he sees is one that's about a foot outside. Everything else will probably have a bend on it.
Two and 2. Wally Bell made the call from third. He didn't swing at that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just missed. 3-2.
What was that pitch? Glavine wants to know too. Good breaking ball. Lopez's target. That hurt him when he turned the glove over. If he catch that perhaps with the fingers up, he might have gotten a call.
3-2 pitch. Fouled away.
It's weird. It gives you that impression when the catcher turns fingers down to the dirt. It makes the ball look lower than it actually is.
The 3-2 pitch. Line into center again. Kelly is there. 1 up. And Jerome Walton, the batter. Pitching pairings for the New York series. First, we told you Smoltz and Rijo tomorrow in the final of this one. Kent Merker on Monday against Bobby Jones. Steve Avery Tuesday against Mike Remlinger. And Greg Maddux Wednesday against our old friend Pete Smith. Walton tried to butt his way on and was unsuccessful.
I'm anxious to see that Bobby Jones pitch again for the Mets. We saw him in New York. He didn't have a very good outing, but he will be coming off a great start his last outing for the Mets. I believe he threw a shutout.
And he's pitched well against the Braves in the past. Fly ball foul right side. Jarvis gives it a look. Has no chance. 0-2 is the count.
Talked about Walton's wide stance. Watch how he barely picks his foot up. There's really no stride. He's usually using almost all hands here. Try to keep him getting out on his front foot too quickly against Glavine.
Blowing away. 1-2. To the screen. Still 1-2. The right-hand hitter waits. Up the middle, he hit it hard. Walton has his second hit of the night. He's aboard with 1 out, and Larkin is the batter, 1 for 2. Doubled in a run his first time.
You know, the Braves may have thought the same thing with Hal Morris out of the lineup. Apparently still fighting the flu bug a little bit. Walton comes in, and all he has done is start a rally, steal a base, score a run, and has 2 hits.
Normally, and I was thinking this doing the lineups, I'm glad when they run a lot of right-hand hitters out there against Tommy, because normally he does better against them, but it hasn't proven true tonight. Walton stole his first base of the year earlier. Larkin bunts one foul, 0-1.
That's not a bad play either with Kevin Mitchell on deck.
Phillies now 4-1 over the Expos. Philadelphia batting in the top of the third inning. Pittsburgh and St. Louis scoreless after one. Still raining in Florida. The Mets have an early 2-0 lead. And the Giants lost to the Cubs today 6-4.
This Reds ball club can beat you in a lot of ways. We told you about their power and how they deliver runs. Tops in the league in runs scored. It's coming into play tonight.
The 0-1 pitch out, tipped it off, snap throw, no chance. Javi gets a little edgy back there, I think, and jumps too early.
Something that he'll learn as he goes along too, not to get in a hurry.
The 1-1. That's hit hard up the middle base hit. Walton around second, but he won't mess with Roberto Kelly's arm. We're in the suit. First and second, one out in the fifth, and Kevin Mitchell the batter.
Another changeup, but look at the location. It was up just enough that Larkin could still get the head of the bat on it. It wasn't sinking down and away from him enough for him to hit it off the end of the bat. That pitch so reliant on location, and Tom left that one up.
Kevin Mitchell is the batter. He looks at his third base coach, Bob Boone. First and second, one out. A power hitter at the plate. He has walked and flied to left. Whoa. He just knocked all the air out of the ballpark with that swing. 0-1. The runners lead. Walton from second, Larkin from first. That eludes Lopez. The runners move up. See how they scored.
Should be a pass ball. There was a pitch tailing away from Kevin Mitchell, but Javi, I didn't think it got to the dirt, but that was certainly a ball that could have been caught. Javi tried to pancake it. They're going to rule it a wild pitch instead, and I think only because it hit the dirt.
Now let's see what they do. They have first base open, and I don't think they'll mess with Kevin Mitchell. They'll put him on and load the bases for Reggie Sanders. This will be the fourth walk of the night for Tom Glavine, but two of them will have been of the intentional variety. Two balls and a strike. Activity in the Atlanta bullpen. Mark Wohler's up to throw. So Mitchell wanders on down to first. And Reggie Sanders is the batter, and he's in a spot where he can do a considerable amount of damage in this game. It's already 3-0.
That may have been one of those times when the wild pitch where Kevin Mitchell wished Barry Larkin had just stayed at first, give him a chance to swing the bat. It didn't work out that way. But still, Glavine's got a tough guy to retire, a guy in Reggie Sanders, who's driven in a lot of runs against left-handed pitching this year.
He has 11 homers and 39 runs driven in. Outside, one ball, no strikes. A tough man to double. He's a right-hand hitter, but he can fly. That's what Joe was talking about.
Terrific production in 51 at-bats.
Let up, popped up. Boy, there's a big pitch by Glavine. McGriff in foul territory has it. 2 down. He's not out of the woods yet, but that's a big out.
Something worth pointing out there too, even on what appeared to be an innocent pop-up. But if If it's not a fair ball, the infield fly rule is not in effect. So if Fred somehow lets that ball drop or doesn't catch it, Reggie Sanders is still at the plate. It's got to be a fair ball.
Yeah, they signaled infield fly rule, but that means if it's in fair territory. And it wasn't. Here's Fernandez. High and away. 1 ball, no strikes. He has walked and he has tripled. He's been a red-hot hitter. Last 73 at bats, he's hitting about 385. Two and oh, no place to put him. Fouled it back. 2-1.
Tommy went right after him, though. He's got to rely on his defense here. Strikeout would be terrific, but when you get behind in the count, you can't start trying to make perfect pitches on the corners with the risk of walking the batter. Got to let your defense help you.
2 balls and a strike. 2-2. So Glavine has battled back to even the count.
Now he's got one he can play with if he wants to try a change-up or something down and away.
The 2-2. Got it. Fernandez argues about it. He thought it was high, but he's called out on strikes, and Glavine gets out of a major mess as he recorded his 6th strikeout. 2 hits, no runs, no errors, 3 left after 4 1/2. 3-0 Cincinnati.